So first and foremost, I want to go ahead and kind of apologize for the super dramatic title. I failed my job. That was really dramatic, but it's a response to a feeling of burnout previously. It was my response to feeling a bit burnt out prior to my vacation. I went on vacation last week, as I said in my post earlier, and I'm feeling refreshed, revived, excited, because I was churning. I was working, trying to show up for you guys, working in my personal business, working in Max Perspective for you all, getting more clear, putting out products. Job Hunt Bootcamp is underway, so that's still going on. So there's a lot of things going on. The military doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at all. So I was feeling a little bit burnt out, and I was waiting on vacation just so I can kind of decompress, push back the computer for a little bit, and just relax. And that's exactly what I did. So I went on over to St. Martin and Antigua for a week, was out here living my best life. And the question was asked of me before then, and I wanted to share it with you. The question was asked, how do I balance my side hustle and a career? So I really wanted to come to you guys and share what my answer was for, those of you who are probably inquiring as well. Like, how does it work? Like, how do you be an entrepreneur as well as, work your 9 to 5? Because I'm all for the 9 to 5 supporting our growth. And I want to start it off with defining balance. Like, what is balance? How do we do it? And, Webster got they have their own definition of what balance is, whatever that definition is. But for me, I define balance as staying afloat. Honestly, this is going to be some raw truth tonight, for this vlog. Balance means staying afloat. And sometimes I have to allocate time to the business, and, I have to allocate time to my career. And then there's time that I do both at the same time. So how do you do that? Take care of yourself, all the daily operations, and balance, stay afloat of everything, all the tasks. Whew. I am really big on planning, guys. And I think I talked about that before. Like, I stay afloat, honestly, by chopping away at the things that's most prioritized, that's more urgent for that day. So that's honestly balance for me. And I'm still working on it. I'm still growing, really trying to figure it out and improve on my balance, because it's a work in progress. Every day is something new. Like, the military is ever changing. As you can see, I still have on my work clothes because I came home immediately and knocked out a few extra tasks that I need to do. So balance is that's an interesting word. That definition is definitely however you perceive it. But balance for me is kind of staying afloat, and it's probably not the right answer, but you get better with practice. You get better with just refining your systems. There's no defined way to do it. You try to figure out what works for you in the best way. And for me, it's writing things down. Literally, I wrote down, I wish I had my notebook with me, one of my notebooks with me, because I'm a notebook person. I like to kind of feel the pen on the paper. I write out, here's my to-do list for today. I prioritize what makes sense. And you got to do that in every area of your life. I go to work, figure out what makes sense. I'm scanning emails. I'm out here okay, this is how I balance. I write things out to conceptualize, okay, here are all the things that I must accomplish today. Here's my 50-meter targets for the things that I want to accomplish for the rest of the week. And for me, what reduces overwhelm is seeing the big picture, seeing what needs to happen, and then I can kind of put it in steps. So balance, for me, my process is ever changing in a way, rather, not the process, but it gets better. How about that? Let's go with that. And that goes right into that's how the balance, that word balance is going to go right into understanding the sacrifice. So in order to run your own company, your business, you got a side hustle, there's something you want to do. Maybe there's a goal that's going to require a lot of your time. And you have a 9 to 5 because you got to eat. I like to eat, so you want to eat. You got things that you need to, do, pay bills, life, and all that stuff. How do you balance that side hustle and your career. The second part of that is the sacrifice. There's a sacrifice that occurs. And a lot of people don't see it on social media. A lot of people aren't seeing the behind the scene energy that goes into you succeeding in your life. And for me, I get a comment a lot like, oh, you out here doing great things. And I am, because I'm never going to wish anything negative on my life. Like, whatever the work we put into our career or side hustle, it comes with a sacrifice, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. So in the sacrifice, sleep is gonna be one of the topics. Sleep. I want to say, I wish I got 8 hours of sleep every night. That's not a thing. So in ensuring that I'm progressing and growing both in my career, that I'm showing up for both aspects of my life, sometimes, I sacrifice sleep. Time is another thing that's sacrificing. Am I chilling with my friends on the weekend? I have my family that I don't see as often as I'd like because I'm probably working on the weekends, vending or speaking on the weekends. So I'm on the move, and then throughout the week, there's still like I live in another state from my family. So my immediate family, my parents, so they don't see me as much, but thank God for technology. Last year, I had a 2006 Honda Accord. I call it my Honda Bentley because you got to still make these affirmations and call things in your life. I had my Honda Bentley, y'all. 2006, everything, it wasn't the latest, greatest, no startup, still. And I was okay with that. Like, I was okay with my Honda. And I literally rolled my Honda till the wheels fall off. I was trying to, I think the last thing that I did with that Honda, I was trying to move from Arizona back over to Georgia, where I'm at currently. And it wasn't going. It wasn't going at all. Big oil leak occurred. I had to get it shipped over to Georgia instead. Like, those are sacrifices that's made. I had my Honda since I was a freshman in college. And I've been like, there has been several times where people are like, oh, well, you are an officer in the military. You should have a better car than that. You should have an officer car, whatever that is. But delayed gratification will get me where I want to be later on. These are things, some of the sacrifices that are made behind the scenes. Now I'm able to afford something that's better, but that Honda Bentley got us to and from. Better believe. I had no problems with my Honda now. That thing was riding, music was bumping. Yes, I was good with that. So you have to be okay with some of those sacrifices and understanding where you want to get to in your life. This year was, for 2019, I always had like this goal thing where I'm always working towards something. And it was to be consistent and to make new connections. And consistency is actually what brought better results. One in the business and one in my career, because I wanted to practice what I preach. In order to show up and really be a consultant, a leadership consultant, I need to be consistent. I need to consistently work my methods to see if it works, have different clients that, can kind of definitely give reviews on different methodologies and just, see if you operating in a space of purpose. And the Lord has been awesome. Yes, he is. And then in the time of sacrifice, and I go back to time because time is such a big thing. It's so much things that I need to get done in the day. Workouts, to eating, healthy eating habits, to like the business, to family time, that, man, you just have to have like that motivation inside you that where you're going. So you're out here making these sacrifices, and that you are ultimately okay with making these sacrifices for as long as you need to see the victory at the end of the tunnel, victory at the end of the road, like the light at the end of the tunnel. That's where you want to be. And that's my journey. And I am in a season of clarity. I've been doing Max Perspective. I've owned the business since 2017, August 2017. So we're about to come up on a few years now. This is year 2, August 17th, 2017 is when Max Perspective began. So I've been refreshing, rebranding, getting even clearer with the messaging to make sure that I'm positioning myself for my target audience, like my ideal clients, making sure that people understand what I provide, the value. And that's just the reality of things. And reality is the second point that I want to make when, I'm answering the question of how to balance the side hustle and a career. Number one, we define balance. The other thing we touched on was the sacrifice that's required to be successful. And the other thing is understanding the reality of it all. And the reality of it all is through trial and error, that's where you get your growth. There's been many a times when I called on my mother. If anybody's got, understand gospel, been in the church, you understand like how important it is to call on your mother, your grandmother, your support system, and my mom, my family, and all my friends. Like those people are the ones that are my sounding board, my fiance, who are the ones that's telling me, no, I don't like that one right there. Or yes, I think that's Bible. Or I don't understand your message. And be okay with telling me what's really good. Like telling me like, no, that ain't good. I don't understand what you're talking about right there. You need to have someone in your corner that's able to tell you the truth. And if you need to outsource and have yourself a coach or a consultant, I can do that for you too. But the reality of it all is when you're progressing in life in whatever avenue that you're operating in, it takes consistency, and you need to start making those different connections so that you can start getting where you need to be, posturing yourself, positioning yourself in a way that you have opportunities come to you. And it's not like I'm gonna get it the first time. I didn't get it the first time. Like I didn't work well. Like I didn't work well in Max Respect the first time. For those who have been with me for a while, you can see the progression, and I hope you see the progression. If not, let me know in the comments that I need to tighten up. But I had to reassess myself. I jumped in head first back in 2017. I was like, okay, I'm gonna vlog. I vlogged, but I didn't know kind of where I was going with it. And I let a lot of external factors, people kind of weigh in on who I should be and what I should be saying. The next thing you know, your internal kind of get jacked up. I'm like, okay, well, I'm fat on camera. I don't look as good as I want to look. I'm stuttering over my words. Like you just try to do so much things. You try to be perfect, and that doesn't even matter. That doesn't even matter. Some of my best videos are the ones I did early on. And people are still pinging me here today, those early videos. So I had to understand it took trial and error. You only get better with time. You have to keep doing in order to get better, get more confident in your delivery and being able to communicate. And I think even at a point, I wasn't even showing my personality. I was trying to be this, structured leader. But in my job, like at work, I'm not this like uptight, very firm leader. Like I am very friendly, very personable. I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm smiling because if this is something that I got to do every day, I want to enjoy myself. So I hope you were able to take something away tonight. If you have additional questions, feel free to DM me, email me, message me, etc., etc. So I'll see you tomorrow night, guys. Bye for now.